No, $15,000 in food stamps and $5,000 cash money monthly.
Every month they're getting that.
Yes, and they're getting 6 months free rent. But this was the first time I heard about it. Now I've heard it's 2 years free rent, getting Section 8 first prioritized before the citizens.
Wow. So the Venezuelan migrants that are coming in here, they are getting 6 months free rent,
$1,000
$15,000
in
in
food
food
stamps.
stamps, and on a credit card, $5,000
Cash.
cash. Oh my goodness. How do the people in Chicago feel about that?
Oh, people are angry because there's a lot of people, that need help with Medicaid and food stamps, and they get rejected.
Tell me about the people that you've seen on the streets collecting clothes.
By my house, there's a Walgreens. There's a lot of families that go stand by the door with a pamphlet saying they need money and food. And they're Venezuelans getting money. And then they go in the bus and don't pay. Go in the trains, don't pay. And they're not getting in trouble for none of the wrong things they're doing.
They can commit a crime or steal or something and nothing happens to them?
Nothing happens. They get away with everything. By my house, a car passed by. It said Venezuela in the back windshield. On the front windshield said Venezuela, and on the side of the window it said Tren De Aragua. And they drove by my house.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you're here for the second time, you're here for a reason. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and get into this Venezuelan gangs that's been reported to be in Colorado and now in Chicago. First, it was Denver, Colorado, the Aurora apartments. And I didn't do a video on that because it was getting reported everywhere. And I just felt like it was enough information being pushed out that you can make your own conclusion of what's really going on. Mine was that it was a little bit of both. The apartments should have been shut down, and the landlord didn't do his job, which allowed the gangs to take over. And now it played out the way it did. So now it's being reported that the Chicago gangs and the immigrants are taking over Chicago, Illinois. And as you can see here, this is one complaint being filed. So before I show you the gang activity, I wanted to show you what I found when I actually researched this, when I saw this video, because it was just a 5-minute search. So let me show you what I found. And I don't know if you guys can see this on my screen, but it says U.S. Senate candidate spreads false claims about migrant aid. So let's see what it says. All right. This was the claim, just like the lady stated in the video. The federal government gives people who enter the U.S. illegally a cell phone, a domestic plane ticket to a location of their choosing, and a $5,000 gift card. So this is similar to what she's saying. What I feel like is happening here is a game of telephone. Rumors get spread around. It reaches to one person. By the time it reaches to the very last person, it's bigger than what it really is. So it probably started off with just this rumor. It got to, so now they get $5,000 in a cell phone and a plane ticket, or they get $5,000 a month instead of just a one-time payout. But the claim started here, and I'm gonna show you where it started from. But let's go ahead and debunk it. All right. So the assessment from the Associated Press: false. People who enter the U.S. illegally do not receive such assistance from the federal government. Immigration expert told the Associated Press Immigration and Customs Enforcement gives some immigrants phones, but they only can access a monitoring app called SmartLink. All right. Those who cross the border illegally do not receive gift cards. So that is just flat out false. All right. That is flat out false. It just takes a little bit of research. Come on. I mean, $5,000 a month. Do you know the type of uproar that would cause amongst everyone if we could prove that was true? While we have homeless veterans, just homelessness in the U.S. in general, that is just terrible, right? So now that we debunked that, let's go over to Chicago, Illinois, and what about the gangs there, all right? So let's go ahead and look at that. First up I found was migrant who skipped out on Chicago gun case, fled to Denver, robbed jewelry store I can't read today for some reason, with Venezuelan street gang report. All right. So this is a picture of this is a picture of the jewelry store right here that was being robbed. And now it makes me think that the two are connected, the gangs are connected, all right? So then I kept doing some research, I'm not gonna read all of this. You can pause the video if you like. But the next video that I found was this right here. Let's take a look at it.
Taste the magic of their traditional Mexican food in every bite. The semita is freshly made with breaded steak, Oaxaca cheese, fresh avocado, and Doña Hermes's traditional homemade chipotle sauce. She handpicks all the quality ingredients to give her sauce the unique flavor that you can only find at Cholula Mexican Grill. Place your order at cholulaMexicanGrill.com or visit Cholula Mexican Grill, 8805 West 95th Street, Palos Hill, 708-581-3941.
First here at 5 o'clock, members of a violent Venezuelan gang have made their way into the U.S. and here to Chicago. Authorities confirmed to NBC News that they are investigating more than 100 criminal cases connected to suspected gang members. NBC5's V. Wynn talked to people concerned about the impact on the city and risks for vulnerable new asylum seekers.
Not only is the Little Village Community Council working to provide assistance for new arrivals, but also educating them on the inner workings of the city.
City of Chicago is one of the most segregated cities, and also neighborhoods that they might think they're safe, but they're really not.
The director here says they've been holding workshops on a rolling basis, letting new asylum seekers know about the different gangs and their culture.
What colors not to wear. When you wear a hat, you tilt it to the right, to the left. That could cost you your life.
They've also been fielding questions about the emergence of Tren De Aragua. It's the largest criminal organization in Venezuela with more than 5,000 members.
We have been told that certain of the members of Tren De Aragua have done certain crimes in the neighborhood, but we can't say if it's really them.
This comes as local law enforcement officials told NBC News the gang is believed to be linked to criminal cases in 5 states, including Illinois and Indiana.
Oh, wow.
NBC5 confirmed at least 2 members have been arrested here in Cook County for narcotics and weapons-related charges. Edwin Cameo was accused of selling cocaine to an undercover officer several times. Court records show as of February, his case was closed.
Just a bird's eye view of the situation would indicate that perhaps he's cooperating with the authorities.
Attorney Salvador Cicero is a former advisor for Organization of American States on Organized Crime.
Venezuela is unwilling to share with the United States their information or their database on criminals. Well, it's difficult for U.S. authorities to easily identify people.
Ghost criminals.
Yes, ghost criminals.
So if you go look online today, you can actually see reports of the police being called. You can see here, Chicago police called over armed Venezuelan migrants in apartment complex. Report says, all right. Chicago police received a call on Monday night about a Venezuelan migrant showing up with weapons in a Southside apartment building, according to a report shared via X. And let's look at that. Officers responded to a call for service after a large group of migrants with weapons and motorcycles were reported in a residential building courtyard on about 6100 block of South King Monday in Chicago. Now, this doesn't look like gang activity. If it was taken over, you would see a lot more people. But this could be after cleanup. They could go hide because the cops are here. So let's see if we can find some pictures online from that actually happened, from people's pictures. All right. See, this is all from Colorado. Here, first picture from Chicago. So nothing yet that I've seen that makes me think that they're taking over the apartment, but just like any project building, no matter if they're from Venezuela or not, if it's migrants from Venezuela or not, no matter where you at, when you have project buildings up or migrant buildings up or any type of government building up for the people, you're going to have gang activities because they're low maintenance. They're not taken care of. They're not sought after like private property is. So these type of activities are going to happen. Now, the day that this is just my opinion, there is gang activity happening, but they're not taking over. It's just common things. I was born in the projects. All right. I mean, I haven't been there in a long time, but I was born there, and trust me, there's gang activity no matter where you go when you live in those neighborhoods. So my conclusion right now, there's gang activities. We know it. Police are being called. I don't think it's going to get as bad as Colorado did, being that it's already happening. But what I want people to understand is this has nothing to do with Democrat or Republic. This has to do with when people are in need, they will do things that they normally wouldn't do. These are below poverty people. They worry about how they're going to eat every single day. So these are things that happen with that. These are things that come with that. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think they're taking over? We have yet to see any proof that the Venezuelan gangs are completely taking over the apartments in Chicago. I will keep you guys posted. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you next video.